What's going on, guys? And back with another Diablo Immortal video. Appreciate all the support, all the likes, all the views. Try to make my mic sound better. I don't carry my big Yeti. I don't really use it anymore because I like the freedom of the headpiece. But let's go over a single target build that I run that mostly all monks run. I have it on my channel. But let's do a little refresher because there are two different variants you can run. One that is good for challenge rifts, and then one that is good for, let's say, an up close. You don't have to worry about dying raid situation. So let's go over exactly what it is. This one actually becomes a lot easier if we do it this way. We're running not Grave Runner because that doesn't change. Suffezing Wrath and Sanctuary follows you, increases your primary attack speed of you and nearby allies. You also have Recurrent Shells, Order Without Sin, Tenebrous Grasp, Nest of Vipers, Empty Cups, Vendini Sting, Fist of Aranok. Set pieces what I run is a 2-piece Skybreakers, and I also run a 2-piece Banquet of Eyes and a 4-piece Bithus because you want to be super fast with your attack speed. Your curse properties don't matter because I use this for PvP. You won't get a real big damage boost from those. But a big enchant for PvP and PvE is this bad boy right here. Let me show you guys. That one doesn't have anything. Oh no, where's it at? Where are you at? I ain't gonna show it on that piece, is it? It is not. Come on. Where's it at? I hate this. Skill damage, endure, rush, doesn't say. 7-sided is a big one on Monk. Let's see if I can find it for you here. As you can see, I haven't updated mine for a while, which I need to. But this is the one. I know it's over here. Damage. Skill cooldowns reduced by 2%. Skill cooldowns. When I have this on every piece that you can have it on. As you can see, my PvE stuff, I don't really matter. I don't really care. As it is PvE, they just fall over and die usually with my resonance. But if you're not a huge spender, let me adjust my screen here because I just noticed it's hanging halfway off the screen. And you guys probably cannot see it. Give me 1 minute. Let's adjust this. Still. Okay. Let me go ahead and roll that up so you guys can see it. Skill cooldowns reduced by 4% is a very big one to actually have on your gear right here. Where you at? I think it's on this one too. Skill cooldowns reduced by 4 is the highest you can go on any piece. That is a huge damage increase. So here, also, the only difference that you're going to run in skill wise between this and the Challenge Rift one is going to be your primary. You're going to run Deadly Reach over Fist of Thunder because you want to stay away from the enemies. You're going to run a Prison Fist, 7-sided, Flying Dragon, Inner Sanctuary are your skills that you run. Let me make sure everything is right. Prison Fist, 7-sided, primary attacks, counter ally. All right. So when you go into Challenge Rift, only thing you're going to change is this bad boy right here. Final Strike, Fist of Thunder. Just go over to Deadly Reach. And this is the one you want. One that knocks them airborne. So it's going to give you a CC. It's also going to give you a lot of damage. As you can see, this is increased by your resonance, I believe. Also, this is a good one. But I like you'll be super fast without it. I think you're already capped with the 4-piece Bithus and the Paragon that I'm going to show you. So I think this actually gets nerfed a little bit as you'll still have full attack speed with this one. So let's go over Paragon here. I use the Slayer. As you can see, this one does primary attack and ultimate damage increase by 7% because that is a flat boost. You also get damage of secondary effect trigger gems from a primary attacker increased by 10%, which is what you're going to be using the whole time. It's just primary. Also, you got damage increase up to 10% on the same enemy. So it's a single target build, but it works really well for challenge risk because you kill everything really fast, and then the boss is usually the hardest thing to kill. Damaging enemies with your primary attack increases your primary attack speed by 1% for 3 seconds, up to 10%. So you get more attack speed. Then you get primary attack speed bonus up to 20% instead of 10% now. So with just here, let me go ahead and put this on here. Give it the most I can. So with your Vitus, you get 30% and you get 20% just from that. So that's 50%, not including the bonuses you get from Imprisoned Fist, which is another, where's it at? You get another 50% increased attack speed. So your attack speed capped. So we're going to go over here. This is the boss one. So I'm going to do one on the boss one for a minute. Show you the damage. So we're just gonna make sure you're in attack, jump on over and pop everything, and then have some fun. I think sustained is around 15-16 million with a burst of around 25-30. Let's see if we can hit. I believe it was billion in a minute 10. There we go. You see on the boss training dumb, you're sustaining 10 mil. Almost 11. 10.1. Let's see how much we get in a minute. Now this isn't my resonance, but I also have a lower resonance setup as well with 2400, so we'll do a test just to see. It is not optimal at all. It is only 2400 res to see the difference. So you're looking around 550 million in a minute. All right. So this is my Smurf build I made for PvP, which I can easily just change out. What am I running? Fortitude. Don't really want to do all that right now. So that's on a boss training right there. Now, like I said, all you're going to do to change out for your challenge rift is going to be Deadly Reach. I actually go run a challenge rift so I can show you guys. Do Deadly Reach, and then you're going to jump over here, Deadly Reach. And I will show you how to run this. So this is a build that you could just run the kite. So I'll do a simple 540s because I don't want to take too much time on 545. So Deadly Reach gives you that a little bit more range once you usually have. So we're going to run over here. So all I changed was one thing. So here's a yellow guy. So you can run out of that. As you can see, you can just kind of like backpedal when you need to. And your Deadly Reach kills them as you go through them. Of course, you're going to have to attack to get through some of them every now and then. But see, we got more of like a just primary attack and just move at the same time. It's all you have to do. And you knock them airborne. Boom, just take them down. And you can keep the rift going as you can kite them around. Get these guys out of your way. So you can say they haven't even hit me one time. You just blast them back, that's all you do. Oh, they hit me. Had a range guy hit me. What's this? Just put a little icing on the cake there, shall we? Go down here. Okay, so this is the single target that you usually struggle with as a monk, running an AoE build here. As you can see, you can kind of move around them. Bell's one of the hardest guys. You guys don't know how to beat him. He's a pain. You kind of also just move left to right a little bit, and he's dead. Boom. Let's go run a little bit harder, one that pushes my CR, so you can actually see exactly if you're at that CR level, if it's still good. I've had most success. I used to run the bell dropping build, so let's run one that my CR is right at it. This is not my max CR. 51797. Let's look at my CR right quick so we can actually do a comparison. 51853. So I am over by like what, 50 or 60. As you can see, you still just demolish them. There's a pack of blues. Before they even get close to you, you're throwing tornadoes out. You're knocking them in the air. The only gem I would say that you would need for this to work is sorry, hit the wrong button there. I like the blood flow, which is really good. I think even if you run like a black rose in here with this is a great 1-star gem for PvE. You just lock mobs in place and you can just beat them down before they even get to you. That's probably the best all-around gem when it comes to PvE and PvP, because you can lock down PvP and as well as lock down PvE. As you can see, this is one that I am real close to CR being over, and it's still just chewing them up. Not as much damage as a Tempest, but it's a lot more controllable. I think it's a little bit faster than the Tempest too, but it still gives you that kiteability of being able to move with it, getting in and out, knock them in the air. Let's grab that. Ooh, look, a whole bunch of blues. Oh, it got me in a wall. Oh, no. The old bell one I used to run was great, but it really lacked. It was great for clearing the mobs, but it was not good for clearing stuff like this. Repositions, he's going to hit you from over here. You can stay out of his circle. Just get out of his little raindrops here. Listen here, Perdition. You never hit your ultimate, by the way. Your ultimate is useless. It's really slow, I'll show you. It's super slow. I won't say it's useless, but it hits really hard. So if you need it just to kill him, great. So I'll show you my gym setup. I am a whale. I'm not a super whale, but I have spent a lot of money on this game as I have made a video. So you probably won't have the same gems, but let's just go over the gems that I have in here for you and what you can replace them with if you do not want to run full max res. And what I believe will be a really good gym setup for something like a monk to run that won't break the bank. One way we're going to do that is just go to the craft right here. So this is awesome. You just run these for free. As long as you have little blue crests, you get a bunch during the week. Like I said, Faltergrass, you don't want to run. This is awesome. Using your skill increases your skill damage. Really good PvE gem. It's a 1-star. Havoc Bearer is another one. As long as you have a dash in your stuff. In this setup, no. And Tropic Will, don't use it. This is okay, but it's just duration. You're just you want to kill them as fast as you can. Damage you take, that's just damage reduction. Continual damage done is increased by 6%. Great if you have a continual damage like a burn, a poison, a bleed, or anything like that. So for a monk on this build, it would be good. But I believe, so that's another good 1-star. 2 stars, Chain Death is always awesome. Gives you a damage increase by 4.5%. Crazy amount of damage for the free skis, this also is going to go up to rank 10. I'm just showing you the ones I think are really good. The Black Rose, like I said, each time you are attacked, have a 10% chance to summon the vines and immobilize them. So it's a good defensive gem. It's not good if you're just trying to attack, but I like this as a defensive gem, and it is super cheap. 10% chance gems, I do not like those, so I'm getting rid of all mine. Mercy's Harvest, this is great, because as soon as they drop below 30% life, this is gonna blow them up. Tear the Comet is okay for channeling, not good for monk because we don't have any channeling. This is great. Mother's Lament, Pain Clasp is always good. Abiding Curse is decent. This is good. It'll stop them from chasing you as fast. I always like Power and Command. Always like it because it's a little bit of everything in one. Battle Guard is it's okay. Follower's Burden is not good for monk. But yeah, I think the most important 5 stars, if you're gonna get them, is the new Blood Flow, Colossus, Blood-Soaked Jade, and if you want to run another one, Roiling Consequence is a great one. Wolfheart's a great one, but it is a you know, it's okay. It's good. It is cheap. It is a cheap good gem. Really good. For secondary gems, when you're running challenge risks, you just run your highest one. But if you want to focus on just your more damage, you can see you're super tanky in there. You want to run your sapphires and then yellows. How to run topaz just in case there's any burns or anything in there. Few citrines never hurt. Always run damage over life, as your life doesn't really matter in there, as you can just heal. But yeah, that's pretty much the run. So you can be super mobile, you can be super tanky, a lot of damage as a monk. There's not a lot of builds out there that can do the same amount of damage. But yeah, hopefully this helps you all out. I run set pieces. I started running on the family bonuses. I started running Vengeance, which gives me a little bit more damage. Also this as well. And then the beneficial effects, you always want that to roll on your pieces. But yeah, guys, I hope this video was informative. I put out another video, but I never showed the actual challenge rift and actually how to run it and why it's so much better to run Deadly Reach over Fist of Thunder. You don't do as much damage as Fist, but you do about 90% of the damage, and you still have your CC, and it's still super fast, and you got a ranged attack. So until next time, guys, I hope this helps everyone out, as there's a few monks that have been asking me for this build, how to actually run it in challenge rifts. As you can see right now on the server, we are sitting at number 1 at 545. At 4.5 minutes. I could run a 546 if I wanted to. Maybe a 547 if I put on my max CR. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helps you out. Until next time, make Diablo Immortal great again. Peace.